Our
This
concept
conference will now be recorded.
our concept is approval process. Okay, we are implementing approval process concept to the employee resignation concept. Okay, suppose in our application, if employee resigned equals to yes, and then click on the submit for approval button, then his resignation information will send to the approver. Approver is any user is a Salesforce user. Okay, the request automatically it will send to the approver. Automatically it will send to the approver. Approver will approve. I mean, before going to approve, where approver will find is nothing but in the home page. In the home page. So here employee resigned from the service. Okay, will request and it will go to the approver. It will go to the approver. Approver will go to home page. He will go to home page and he will find all the items which are pending for approval. So there he will approve or reject. He will approve or reject. Okay, and here we are trying to creating approval process. While creating an approval process, we are using jumpstart wizard. There are two types of wizard: jumpstart wizard and standard setup wizard is there. Okay, here we are using jumpstart wizard. Why we are going with the jumpstart wizard when we will go with the standard setup wizard means we'll discuss today. Now the next one is, in this jumpstart wizard, four options are there related to the approver. Four options are there related to the approver. The first option is we are giving an option to the submitter. Who is click on the submit for approval button, that person we will call it as a submitter. Who is clicking on the submit for approval button, that person we will call it as a submitter. We are giving rights to the submitter. Whoever you want, you will just go and select your approver. But this is not the real time case. Now coming into another option. Another option is nothing but automatically assigned to approver. Automatically assigned to approver. While creating an approver process, that time only we will add one user. We will select the fourth radio button and we will add one user. So any employee resigned from the service, then automatically it will go to that particular approver. That approver, what he will do? He will go to the home page. Home page is nothing but home tab. He will find all the items which are pending for his approval. Okay, then he will approve or reject. And one more thing is, suppose two approval process are there in the same object, then which approval process it will fire first means, yes, we can control. There is a process order, one text box is there. We have to tell to the system, first you have to execute this one first, then you have to go to this one. The order of execution we will control in the approval process. But whenever we are coming into the workflows, suppose two workflow rules are there in the same object and the same operation, we will not control. So the order of execution not in our control. Suppose we want to control, then we will move the code, whatever the code in the workflow rules are there, right? That code we have to move into the trigger programming. Now we are today in the today's session we are trying to discussing remaining two options. While creating a jumpstart wizard, yesterday we discussed two approvers, right? One manually and the second one is automatically assigned to approver, right? Today we are going to discuss remaining two options. Okay, now I'm trying to logging into the Salesforce and go to the quick find, and I have to type it as a approval. Under process automation, approval process is there. Click on that one. Okay, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. So the first one is, suppose it will go to like this and click on this go button means we will understand there are no approval process here. So but you have to select your object here, then only it will show all the approval process related to this particular object. Okay, what I am trying to say is, when you will click on the approval process from the setup, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. You have to go to here and you have to select your object, then only it will show the approval process which are related to that particular object. Now I am trying to selecting employee object and click on the go button. click on the go button. We have two approval process and we deactivated those two approval process. Okay, now I'm trying to creating new approval process. So how to create a new approval process? Go to here, select jumpstart wizard, click on this go button, click on this go button. Now go to here, approval 3, approval 3, I mean any name, it doesn't matter, any name, it doesn't matter. So while creating an approval process, if you want, you will also call the email template. Okay, email template. Now coming into here, what is your criteria, means what is your condition? You are trying to creating a record, or in employee object some records are there, which record should enter into this approval process? So I will just go to here, I will select my condition as a resigned equals to yes, resigned equals to yes, resigned equals to yes. See here, resigned equals to yes. So this is my condition. In employee object, n number of records are there. All records will not enter into this approval process when user click on the submit for approval button. When resigned equals to yes, those records only enter into the approval process. Now coming into here, select approver. Select approver. In the previous session, we discussed that the submitter choose the approver manually, right? And here the last option also we discussed, right? Now I am trying to selecting the second radio button. I'm trying to selecting the second radio button. Automatically assign an approver using a standard or custom hierarchy field. Okay, I'm trying to selecting the second radio button. See here, automatically assign an approver using a standard or custom hierarchy field. Hierarchy field. Now here you have to go to this drop down list. Go to this drop down list. Here you have to observe standard user fields are there, custom user fields are there. Okay. Here the standard user field is nothing but manager. Manager. What the second option is saying is, what the second option is saying, okay, go to the record. I'm going into the employee record. Go to here, employee, go to here, employee. I'm trying to creating one employee record. Okay, go to here, click on this new button, click on this new button, and resigned equals to no. Finally try to save this one. This is my employee record, this is my employee record. So here what the second option is saying is, every record as a owner, right? Every record as a owner field is there for every record. Why owner field is there? This record belongs to whom? This record belongs to whom? That is the use of the owner. Owner is a mandatory field in every record. So who created this record? Who created this record? We will find here. Who is the owner of this record? Who is the owner of that particular record? Means this record belongs to whom? That is nothing but owner field. That is nothing but owner field. This record belongs to Ramesh. So Ramesh is nothing but one user right in the Salesforce. One user right in the Salesforce. Click on this particular user. Click on this particular user. Okay. Click on this particular user. Now go to user detail page. It will redirecting into this particular screen. Go to user detail page. Click on the user detail page. Click on this user detail page. Okay. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here you have to observe one manager field is there, right? One manager field. Manager is a standard field that is available in user object. That is available in the user object. This is a user object. This is a user object. What I am trying to say is every record has a owner. Owner is nothing but a user. Owner is nothing but user or queue. Owner is nothing but user or queue. Queue we will discuss today. Okay, we'll discuss today. So every record has a owner. So owner here, owner is nothing but Ramesh. Ramesh is nothing but is a user. Ramesh is nothing but is a user. Okay. So now click on this particular user. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. That is nothing but a user details. Under user details here you have to observe one field is there, that is nothing but manager. That is nothing but manager. This is a hierarchical field. This is a hierarchical field. For example, here you have to observe hierarchy field. Hierarchy field. Here you have to observe hierarchy field. Standard hierarchy field or custom hierarchy field. Standard hierarchy field or custom hierarchy field. Here we are trying to selecting we are trying to selecting standard hierarchy field. That standard hierarchy field is in the user object, that is nothing but manager field. So finally whenever we are trying to creating approval process, that time suppose we will select the second radio button and we will select the field. Here I am trying to selecting the manager field is a standard field that is available in user object, that is hierarchical field, that is hierarchy field. So that is hierarchy field. Whenever we will select the second radio button, what system it will do is, so every record has a owner, right? Owner has a manager, right? Owner has a manager. See, who is the manager? Akira Mohit. So whenever any user submit his request, then it will go to this particular manager. So finally, record owner manager. Whenever we are trying to selecting the second radio button, then any employee resigned from the service, then his resignation information will send to the record owner's manager. Record owner is nothing but user manager is nothing but this person. So it will send to this particular user. So now I am trying to selecting the second radio button. Click on the save button, click on OK, click on OK. Then here view approval process detail page, click on this button. Now activate this one. Click on this activate. Okay, click on this activate. So now we will just go and test it. We will just go and test. Now this is the employee. This employee will go to here and I will click on the submit for approval button. Let's see what it will happen. Click on the submit. See, no applicable approval process was found. Why this error is coming? Why this error is coming? Why this information is coming? Okay, because of this record not satisfied the condition which are related to this employee object. In employee object, approval process are there, but this record is not satisfied any condition. So here, what is the condition? Resigned equals to yes, right? Go to here, resigned equals to yes. Resigned equals to yes. So now go to here, click on the submit for approval button. So now this employee resigned from the service. Whom it will go? The owner is there, right? Owner's manager is there, right? So it will go to the owner's manager. Go to here, submit for approval. Click on the submit for approval. This approval request required to be determined the main. This value is empty. Please contact 1 second. But here owner field is there, right? Who is the owner? Manager. Akira Mohit is there, right? But why it is showing this error? Go to here, submit for approval. Click on the submit. See here, this approval request requires the next approval to be determined by the manager field. This value is empty. Please contact your system administrator. But there is a value. 1 second. Which field we selected? Which field we selected? Okay. Manager of records. Next approval is manager of record submitter. Okay, we selected. Now I will go to the classic version. Let's see what it will happen. Go to the classic version. Okay. Now go to employee. In the lightning, I'm trying to click on the submit button, but it is displaying an error message saying that there is no manager. Okay, but manager is there. Here, now click on the submit for approval. This approval request requires the next approval to be determined by the manager field. Go to here, user is there, right? User, and now go to user field. There is a manager, right? Go to here, manager. The manager is there. Manager is nothing but go to here. Maybe this user is not active. Let's see. Okay, try to select this one. Now go to here, go to this approval process, go to the approval process, go to employee, go to employee tab. I will explain what is the problem. Click on this one. Now go to here, submit for approval. Click on the submit. Yeah, it is submitted. It is submitted. Why previously error some information came or error came? What is the issue? Is nothing but this owner is there, right? This owner manager is there, right? That manager field that user is there at Akira Mohit. That is user is in inactive mode. So previously we created one user, right? Before also I created one user, the username is same. Okay, the username is same. Still this owner's manager is that inactive user. That inactive user, that's why system is saying you are submitting a request, but the owner's manager is not available. Why it is not available means the owner's manager is a inactive user. Now I change it to active user. Now it is submitted to this, to that particular Akira Mohit. See here. Now this assume that we submitted. Who is the approver here? See, Akira Mohit is the approver. Why Akira Mohit is the approver? Because of owner's manager. While creating an approval process, we selected the second radio button and we selected standard hierarchy field. Hierarchy field, standard hierarchy field called manager field. Manager field is nothing but owner's, see here, owner manager. Owner manager. Owner is nothing but user. User's manager. Manager is a field in the user object. Okay, it will automatically send to that particular user. So here the owner's manager is nothing but Akira Mohit. Akira Mohit login into his Salesforce system and he will go to the home tab. He will go to the home tab. Then what he will do? He will find the record. Approve, reject, reassign. Three options are there. Approve. Click on this approve button. Click on this approve button. So overall status is nothing but approved only. See, overall status is nothing but approved only here. Overall status is nothing but approved only. So here you have to observe, once the user click on the submit for approval button, this record it will get locked. Means there is no rights to perform any changes on this particular record. On this particular record. Okay. And any questions on this third option? Any questions? Okay. Now coming into another option. Now coming into another option. What is another option? Go to here. Go to approval process. Okay. See, there is a process order. One column is there. Under that, one text box is there. This is nothing but suppose two or three approval process are there. We will control the order. We have to tell to the system. But first you have to execute this one. Then you have to go to this one. Okay. That facility is there, but in workflows that facility is not there. I'm trying to deactivating this one. Deactivating this one. Okay. And now I will just go and create one more approval process. While creating approval process, I am trying to selecting an employee object. Now go to here, jumpstart wizard, click on this go button, approval 4. Okay, approval 4. Now everything is same. Everything is same. Here resigned equals to yes. Resigned equals to yes. Okay, resigned equals to yes. Yes, four radio buttons are there, right? Let the submitter choose the approver manually, automatically assign to queue, automatically assign to approver. Here we have to discuss automatically assign to queue. Okay, automatically assign to queue. Here you have to observe one terminology, that is nothing but queue. That is nothing but queue. Now we will discuss, before going into this one, we will discuss about the queue. Okay, we will discuss about the queue. Generally in the Salesforce, every record has a owner. Every record has a owner. Every record has a owner. As a owner. Okay, owner is nothing but we are telling to the system this record belongs to this particular person. He is having rights on that particular record. He is having rights on that particular record. That is nothing but owner. Here you have to observe, for example, employee record only coming into here. Who is the owner? Ramesh Babu is the owner, right? Ramesh Babu is nothing but he is a user. He is a user. He is a Salesforce user. So that is nothing but user. One is nothing but user. Okay. One is nothing but user. The second one is nothing but queue. Q is nothing but, okay, second one is nothing but Q. What do you mean by, I mean, every record as a owner, that owner should be either user or Q. User or Q. Here we observed Ramesh Babu is a user. Then what about the Q? Then what about the Q? Q is nothing but collection of users. Collection of users. Collection of users. All users have equal rights. All users have equal rights on that particular record. Equal rights on that particular record, on that record. Okay. So why we have to go with the queue concept is, suppose this is my record. This is my record. I want to give permission to Ramesh. Okay, means owner is Ramesh only. Suppose we want to change this record permission to some other user, means go to here. You will go to such user. Akira Mohit is there. You will just go and change the owner. Okay. Suppose if you want to change the owner to other user, yes, we can change it. Okay. So now why we are coming into the queue concept is, my requirement is my requirement is I want to provide permission on this particular record to both Ramesh and Akira. We want to provide permission on this particular record. Presently, who is having rights on this particular record? Ramesh only. Suppose I want to change to Akira Mohit. Yes, we will go to here. We will change the permission to Akira Mohit. That is fine. But finally, only one user is having rights, right? But my requirement is I want to provide rights to Ramesh Babu plus Akira Mohit plus James plus Peter, some other users. I want to provide rights to all users on this particular record. How we will provide? Because of owner means only, suppose I want to provide as a user, as a owner means only one user. Then what is the option? Is nothing but we will just go and create one queue. While creating a queue, we will assign the users to that particular queue. Now coming into the owner, I will select that queue as a owner. That queue as a owner. So what I am trying to say is, in Salesforce, every record as a owner. Owner is nothing but we are telling to the system, the owner have rights on this particular record. The owner is nothing but either user or queue. User means individual person. Here Ramesh Babu is a user. Suppose I want to change to Akira Mohit. Yes, he is also one user. Akira Mohit is only having rights on this particular record. Ramesh Babu is having rights on that particular record. But my requirement is I want to provide rights to both users at a time. Both users, Ramesh Babu plus Akira Mohit. To both users, I want to provide rights. How to provide rights? The system is saying you will just go and create a queue. Go to here, setup, go to here, setup. In the quick find, you have to type it as a queue. Under users, we have queue, not Apex Flex queue. Okay, this is separate concept. Under users, we have queues. Click on this queues. Click on the queues. Okay. Now here it will show all the queues. How many queues are there in our existing, in our sandbox? How many queues are there in our sandbox? It will show all the queues. So this queue is related to this particular object. That information is there. Who modified, who created, the ever information is there. Now I am trying to creating my own queue. Click on this new button. My queue name I will just put it as a AK underscore some information like Q, any name, it doesn't matter. Q info, this is my queue. This is my queue name. This is my queue name. While creating a queue, you want to send an email to all members means you have to check it. You have to check it. Means so whenever we are changing the owner as a queue, whenever we are changing record to owner as a queue, in that queue, who are the members are there, right? All those members will receive emails. That is nothing but send email to members. That is nothing but send email to members. I am trying to creating a queue. While creating a queue, we will provide any name, it doesn't matter. So if you want, you will just go and check this particular checkbox. What does that mean? What does that mean is nothing but here, forget about this routing configuration. This is a separate concept. This is related to omni-channel concept. This is related to omni-channel. Forget about this one. Now coming into here, supported objects are there, right? Which object we are working? We are working with the employee object, right? So you will just go and select your employee object. Now who are the queue members? Who are the queue members? Go to here. Here you have to observe roles are there. Roles is a separate concept, group separate concept. Here I will try, we are trying to selecting users. When you will select the user, it will show all the active users in our system. So I will just go and select Akira, Bharat, and some other users, Ramesh Babu. So three users we selected. Once again, see here. Okay, my queue name is nothing but any name, there is no logic. You want to send an email to all queue members, yes, you will just go and select this one. Now scroll down here. So on which object you are trying to creating a queue? Employee object I am trying to creating a queue. Okay, then who are the queue members? Who are the members is nothing but you will just go and select the users here. You will just go and select all the users. Finally, try to save this one. So we created one queue. We created one queue. In that queue, we added three members. Okay, any number of members we can add it. Which users we will add? Suppose I am trying to creating a queue in the project. So whom we will add to that particular queue means they will give each and every information. Go and create a queue. In that queue, you will just go and add these members in that particular queue. Each and every information they will provide. Now coming into our employee. Now coming into our employee, I will just go and create one employee record. Go to here, click on this new button, click on this new button. Okay. Test. No, finally try to save this one. Who is the owner? Ramesh Babu. Suppose I want to provide rights to some other users. See, some other users means suppose I want to provide to the QC is nothing but see here. QC is there, right? Go to here. Go to here. Click on this one. By default, it will show users only. Suppose I want go to here, select the queues. See here, queue. Then you have to search it. Then here you have to search it. It will show. I don't know why it is not showing. Where is our queue? Once again, go to here, queue information that we created. Queue information we created. Okay, it will show. Okay, go to here, refresh this one, refresh this one, go to here, click on this one. By default, it will show users only. Now I am trying to changing my owner to the queue. This lookup icon is there. Go to here, click on this one. It will show. Yeah, queue is there, right? 1 second. See, Q info is there, right? Q info. We have to type it. Then Q info is there. Change the owner. Now we change the owner to the queue, right? Now we change the owner to the queue, right? So in under this queue, who are the members are there? All those members have equal rights on this particular record. So owner is nothing but either user or queue. When we will go with the queue is nothing but collection of users. Suppose we want to provide rights on the record more than one user, then we will just go and create a queue and we will assign that queue that particular record. We will assign queue to that particular record. So any questions before going into our approval process? Any questions? Okay, just remember once again. Okay, every record has a owner. Every record in the Salesforce, every record has a owner. Owner is nothing but this record belongs to this particular user. We are telling to the system this record belongs to that particular user. So owner should be either user or queue. Queue is nothing but collection of users. Collection of users. All those users have equal rights on that particular record. On that particular record. Now coming into our approval process concept. I am trying to creating one approval process. See approval for everything is same, result equals to yes. Then who is the approver? I will just go and select automatically assign to queue. So click on this one. Just now we created one queue, right? See, it is showing that particular queue, right? Click on this lookup icon. It will show only one queue. Why it will show only one queue? We have lot of queues are there, but in employee object we have only one queue. That's why it is showing only one queue. Then click on the save button. Click on the save button and click on view approval process detail page. Now activate this one. Now activate this one. Okay, now activate this one. Now I will just go on to test my record. I will just go on to create new employee record, test, result equals to no. Finally try to save. Any question? Yeah. Now I'm trying to see here. If the user will go to here, click on the submit for approval button. When click on the submit for approval button, see here. Click on the submit for approval button. No applicable process approval process was found means this employee resigned equals to no. Now I am trying to changing to yes. Click on the yes button. Now go to it submit for approval. Click on the submit for approval. Now we will go to the related under related we have approval history. See here who submitted, assume that here the test person submitted. To whom it went? To this particular queue. To this particular queue. In this queue, who are the members are there? Ramesh is there, Akira is there, Bharat is there, right? So what they will do? They will go to the home page. See here, go to the home page. Here, this is lightning version. This home page by default page. Suppose we want to create, we will just go and create our home page, and there we will add our items to approve. Here we will add items to approve section. Now I am going into the classic version. Now I am going into the classic version. Switch it to Salesforce Classic. Now go to the home tab. Go to the home tab. So see here, employee 007 record is approval for Ramesh approval, right? So most recent approval Ramesh is there, right? Why it came to the queue? Under queue he is also a member. So all those three users they will receive. Under queue, how many users are there? This is a queue. How many users are there? This person, this person, this person. All these three users received. All these three users, Ramesh received, Akira received, and Bharat received. Suppose here Ramesh, what he will do? He will approve. He will go to here, he will approve. Click on this one, approved. Then what happened to the remaining two users? Means first come first serve. Queue functionality is first come first serve. This person is working on the record, right? Then it is automatically disappear from Akira, and it will automatically disappear from the Bharat homepage. So because of this user, he click on the approve button or he click on the reject button. Then this user is working on this particular record. He is under this particular queue. All three users having equal rights. First come first serve. So here Ramesh is working on this particular record. Then automatically the system it will move the record from this particular two users. So this record is not available because whenever user click on the submit for approval button, it is going to the queue. Queue is nothing but three members are there. All these three members will receive. Then who suppose this user will approve, this user will reject, this user will approve, then what it will happen? Here that is not the case. Suppose this user click on the approve button, then this record it is not available for him, this is not available for him. Suppose first time this user reject the record, then this record is not available for him, this record is not available for him. Queue is nothing but collection of users, all users having equal rights, and first come first serve. Any user is working on that particular record, so remaining users automatically disappear from them. Okay, automatically disappear from them. So this is the case. Any questions on this? Any questions on this approval process?
Yeah, Ramesh garu.
Yeah, Shiva.
So that make any sense? Actually, see if see there will be some hierarchy in the like let us take an example for the resignation.
Mm,
So there will be a manager, there will be a director, or something
mm,
like this is a hierarchy.
mm,
So if somebody want to approve, but my manager has approved,
mm.
but my director don't want to approve, that he want me to stay back.
Yeah. See,
So, so what is the sense? Because if first come first serve is a concept, I think
yes, Shiva. Whatever you said, that concept is not applicable to here. Okay. Here you observed how many approvers are there? Only one approver, right?
yeah,
Only one approver. In all four scenarios, how many approvers are there? How many approvers are there? So here A is submitted a request. A is submitted a request to whom it will went. One approver it will went. This
mm,
approver approve? Yes, approved. This approver rejected? Yes, rejected. In all four scenarios, we observed one thing, only one person is the approver. Here Q also, all users have equal rights. But one person approved, yes, approved. Fire overall status is approved only. Overall status is rejected. See, overall status is approved. Overall status is rejected. In Jumpstart Wizard, we have only one level of approval process. Okay, whatever you are saying, right? So employee resigned from the service. It will go to manager. Assume that it will go to team lead. Okay, it will go to team lead. He approved. Okay, then it will go to the manager. So manager rejected. Yes, overall status is rejected only, right? So this is multi-level of approval, right? This is one level of approval. This is under level of approval. This is under on the top of manager HR is there. This is under level of approval. This is nothing but multi-level of approval process. This we can achieve by using standard setup wizard. Okay, Shiva. This is not yet discussed. We are going to discuss this one. So
yeah,
by
yeah.
use jumpstart wizard, we will create only one level of approver. If we approved, yes, overall status is approved only. See here, overall status is approved. If we rejected, overall status is rejected only. But my requirement is access send his resignation information to manager. Manager approved, and he will send it to the next level. Next level rejected. Overall status should be rejected. His resignation should reject. That is my concept. How we are going to implement multi-level of approvals is the thing, but by using standard setup visa. Okay, the next one is we are going to discuss standard setup wizard. Okay, any questions before that? Any question? Okay, Shiva, got it.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, just remember two types of approval process. One is jumpstart wizard and the another one is standard setup wizard. Jumpstart wizard only one level of approval process. Only one level of approval process. So that person approved, yes, approved. Rejected, overall status is rejected. So generally, how the process in everywhere, one person approved, it will go to the next level. Next level, it approved, it will go to the next level. Suppose one person rejected, it will stop the process from there only. That kind of facility we are going to achieve by using standard setup wizard. By using standard setup wizard. Before going into the standard setup wizard, here you have to observe. Here you have to observe. Not this one. Okay, not this one. Coming into here. Coming into here. Initial submission actions. Initial submit action. So this is approval process. Once we created and activated, below we have some related list are there. See here, initial submission actions are there, approval steps are there, final approval action, final rejection action, recall actions are there. What is all these things? For example, I will go to the classic version. Here you will easily understand. I'm switching to the classic version. Now go to employee tab. 1 second, I will remove all these unnecessary tabs. How to remove these unnecessary tabs? This is classic version. Okay, remove, try to save this one. Now coming into our employee tab, click on the employee tab. I am trying to creating one new record. Test result equals to no. Finally try to save this one. Now I am trying to changing my result equals to yes. Click on the save button. Then user will come here, click on the submit for approval button. Once click on the submit for approval button, what system is doing, what system initially performing, it is locking the record, right? It is locking the record. See, lock the record. This is nothing but lock the record. See, that is saying initial submission. Once any user submitted by using submit for approval button, and it will go to the approval process. When record enter into approval process, what is the first step? System it will do, it will log the record. It will log the record. See here, you have to observe, it is log the record, right? That time, whenever system is locking the record, you want to perform any actions? Yes, go to here. You want to send an email alert? Go to here, you will just go and create. Suppose you want to update any field? Yes, you will just go to here, update the field. Suppose you want to perform any outbound message? Yes, you will go to here and perform outbound message. Add existing one means already in the system any email alerts are there, you will just go and select those things. You will just go and select any email alert, any field update, any outbound message. Already any existing actions are there means yes, you will just go and select. What I am trying to say is, whenever, here the scenario I will explain. So suppose user will go to here, is go to here, click on this new button and test info and result equals to yes. Click on the save button. Then user will come to here, click on the submit for approval button. Once click on the submit for approval button, I want to send an email notification to some user. Sir boss, some email notification to some user. So where will write? See here, my requirement, here you have to observe. Once user click on the submit for approval button, once user click on the submit for approval button, then I want to send an email notification to some user. Shall we go with the workflow? No, in this scenario, I will not go with the workflow. Why I will not go with the workflow? Workflows are applicable when you are performing changes on this particular record. When you are performing changes on this particular record, when you are performing changes on that particular record, like creating a record or updating a record, yes, workflow concept is applicable. But my requirement is when the user click on the submit for approval button, then I want to send an email notification. So when user click on the submit for approval button, then what system it will do is nothing but it will perform initial submission action, means it will record locked. So once record locked, then what we want to send? I want to send an email alert. Go to here, select email alert, click on this go button. Click on this go button. Okay, some problems are there. We have to switch into the classic version. So we will just go and select the email alert, click on this go button. So workflow email alerts are there, right? Same process only. So when user click on the submit for approval button, the record it will get locked. I want to perform an immediate action when record is getting locked. So what kind of actions will perform? Email alert, field update, or outbound messages. That is the first thing here we have to observe. Any questions on this one? Any questions? Any questions here? Okay. Now forget about remaining things. Remaining things we'll discuss in the standard setup wizard. Okay, in the standard setup wizard. Now we are going with the standard setup wizard. Now go to the lightning, switch to lightning experience, and in the quick find, go to setup, go to setup. In the quick find, you have to type it as a approval process, and already one approval process is there. I am trying to deactivating this approval process. Deactivate this one. So suppose anyone will ask, go and create one approval process, then which process we will select? Two processes are there, is jumpstart wizard and standard setup wizard. So which process we will select? We have to ask him how many approvers are there, how many approvers, not how many approvers, how many level of approvals are there, how many level of approvers, first level, second level, third level, right? How many level of approvers are there? Only one level means we will go with the jumpstart wizard. So here in my case, I have two or three, four, five levels are there. Maximum I think 10 levels. I'm not sure. I have to search in the Google how many level of approvers are there in the standard setup wizard. Okay, so use standard setup wizard. We are trying to selecting use standard setup wizard. Click on this go button. Click on this go button, then it will enter into this particular screen. It will enter into this particular screen. The first screen is nothing but what is your approval process name. See, in the first step. So whenever we are coming into standard setup wizard, standard setup wizard, standard setup wizard, the first step is here you have to observe. The first step is enter name and description. What is your approval process name? Okay, what is your approval process name? Second, what is your approval process name? Any name. Here I'm just putting it as a multi level approver. I'm just adding it as any name, it doesn't matter. So first we have to select standard setup wizard. Why we have to select standard setup wizard means I have multi level of approvers, more than one level of approvers, then we have to go with the standard setup wizard. Then we have to go with the standard setup wizard. Once you selected the standard setup wizard, first thing is what is your approval process name? Any name. You have to go to your process name, unique name, then click on the next button. Click on the next button. Then the next one is specify entry criteria. So what is the condition to enter into approval process? What is the condition? So what is the condition in the sense means in employee 10,000 records are there. For each and every record it will enter into this approval process or any condition is there. Here in our case, what is the condition? Resigned equals to yes is there, right? Only those record. Resigned equals to yes. Resigned equals to yes. This is the next one. Click on the next. Click on the next. So the second step is specify entry criteria. We have to specify the condition. What is the condition to enter into this approval process? The first one is what is approval process name. Now coming into the third one, specify approver field and record editability properties. Okay, record editability property. This is step 3. Okay, so here you have to observe record editability properties. Once user click on the submit for approval button, then what system it will do? It will log the record, right? It will log the record, right? Okay, log the record, right? So here in this case, if the system log the record, here you have to observe, forget about this one, coming into here, record editability properties. Record editability properties. Administrators only can edit the records means the users who is having system administrator profile, only those users can edit the records, or administrator or the current assigned approver can edit the records during the approval process. What I am trying to say is, when a record submitted for the approval, the system automatically log that record. Log the record is nothing but it's not possible to edit the record. So in that case, whom we will provide rights to edit the record? Only administrator we will provide the rights to edit the record. So anyway, by default administrator have rights, but here the system it is asking, so administrator you are confirming, or administrator or the approver also, who is approver, that person also we will provide rights to edit that particular record. That is nothing but the third step. In the third step, once record is submitted for the approval, then who will edit that particular record? By default, system provides rights to the users who is having system administrator profile. That is nothing but administrator. Other than the administrator, you want to provide rights to the approver also means you will just go and select the radio button. So while creating an approval process in a project, we will not decide. Our client will decide. Suppose they will not provide any information related to this one, then you have to go and choose the first radio button only. Not only here. So suppose they will not provide any information, then you have to keep default one only while creating anything. Suppose they will not provide any information, then you have to keep default one. We will not ask each and everything to the client. We will not ask the client each and everything. I am trying to creating an upload process in the third step. Two radio buttons are there. Which radio button we have to select? We will not ask him like that. Suppose he will provide any information, yes, we can use that. Suppose he will not provide any information, we have to keep default ones only. Here the client it doesn't provide it, so I am just keeping administrator only. Anyway, by default, system administrator have rights on that particular record. This is the third step. Click on the next button. Any email templates, if you want, you will just go and select email templates. The fourth one is select notification template. Okay, select notification template, then click on the next button. Click on the next button. Once click on the submit, I mean whenever approver is click on the submit for approval button, I mean not but submit for approval button, approve or reject, whenever user clicks, see here what I'm trying to say is, when user click on this approve, reject, cancel is there, right? That time these fields are there, right? That time these fields, you want all these fields or you want any other fields? See, it is asking, when approver is click on the submit, approve or reject or cancel, one page layout here it is available, right? On that page layout, see here, on that page layout, you want any fields, you will just go and move this one. On that page layout, if you want, you will just go and move this, you move this field to the right hand side. 1 second, to access only from the Salesforce application. Forget about all these things. Keep all the defaults one. So this is nothing but select fields to display an approver page layout. So suppose approver is approving or rejecting. So then one page layout it will come right on that page layout. You want any fields? Yes, you will just go and move all these fields. Then click on the next button. Click on the next button. Here you have to observe. This is also we have to observe. Who will submit? Who will submit is nothing but go to here. Who will submit? This is the record. This is the record. Who will submit this record for approval? I mean, who click on the submit for approval? Creator or owner or some other user? That one also we have to mention here. That one also here we have to mention. See, who will submit? One record is there, and that record created by is one person, owner is the some other person. So who is the submitter? Whom we will provide rights? Only owner or some other, see, creator, owner or some other person. By default, owner. We are providing rights to submit the request to the approval to the record owner only, to the record owner only. So on this step, we are selecting who will submit the records to the approval process. Who will submit the records to the approval process? Then click on the save button. Click on the save button. So it will redirecting into this particular screen. Then you have to select, I will listing up for this, take select any the second one. Okay, select second one, click on this go button, click on the go button, then it will redirecting into this particular screens here. It will redirecting into this particular screen. Up to now here you have to observe, while creating a standard setup wizard, first we provided approval process name, then what is the condition to enter into this approval process record condition, and who will edit this particular record, who will edit this particular record. Then we have to send any email templates notification. Then what is the fields on the layout while approving a record or rejecting the record, who will submit the record. All these things we defined. We missed one thing. What we missed? Who is the approver? That we missed here. See here, who is the approver? Who is the approver? Not yet selected. So only name, condition, approver, record editability properties, and after that fields in the layout, who will submit a record, only we selected up to now. Up to now we did not selected who is the approver. Now go to here, it will redirecting into this particular screen. See here, you have to observe, directly go to approval steps, directly go to the approval steps, click on this new approval step, click on this new approval step, click on this new approval step. Here I will just make it as a step 1, any name, it doesn't matter, any name, it doesn't matter. Once again, see here, up to now we did not added who is the approver. Up to now we provided name and who is the submitter and what is the condition only. Who is the approver we did not define. So now I want to define, where we will define. Go to approval steps here, click on this new approval steps, is there, right? Click on this new approval steps. So then it will redirecting into this particular screen. I will just go to a step 1, any name, it doesn't matter. By default step number is 1 only. Here this is a name, this is a name. I will just go and put like a also, it doesn't matter. Okay, any name, I'm just putting step 01. Click on the next button. So here the system again it is saying any condition is there or first condition is enough. So here one condition is defined, right? Here one condition is defined, right? Any condition is there. Now here what we are doing is level 1, level 1. So to enter into the level 1, to enter into the level 1. So again any condition is there or this condition is enough. Now here we are trying to defining condition, any condition. Again resign, not only resigned equals to yes. Is there any other condition resigned equals to yes plus any other conditions are there? Yes, you will just go on to mention here. Here we are not selecting any condition. All records should enter into this step. All records in the sense means resigned equals to yes condition should enter into this step. Then who is the approver? Approver. Who is the approver? Then click on the next button. See here, 3 radio buttons are there, right? Who is the approver? I'm just providing it automatically assigned to approver. Now here users are there, queue is there, partner user, some other users are there. Now I'm trying to selecting the user. See, Ramesh Babu, I'm trying to selecting the user. Click on the save button. So now no, I will do this later. Click on this go button. See here, go to approval steps, go to your approval steps. Here we select, we created step 1. Step 1 approver is means level 1 the approver is nothing but Ramesh only, right? Level 1 the approver is nothing but Ramesh only, right? Level 1 approver is nothing but Ramesh only, right? So here Ramesh, now Ramesh is approved. Then I want to go to, I mean level 1 approved. Here you have to observe level 1 approved. Then we want to go to, we want to go to go to next level, next level. Okay, next level. Otherwise level 1, level 1 rejected, rejected. Then we have to reject the record. Overall status is reject only. We have to reject the record. This is my next step. We have to reject the record. Okay, this is the my next step. So here level 1 approved, then it should enter to the next level. Next level is nothing but level 2, level 2. Okay, level 2 it should enter. Otherwise it will stop the process, it will stop the process. Ramesh will approve, Ramesh will approve, then it should enter into the second level. If Ramesh will reject, then it should enter into the, it should Ramesh will reject, then overall status is nothing but rejected only. Here only one thing here we have to observe, Ramesh approved, Ramesh rejected. How system knows? I means forget about Ramesh. In the first level, approver approved a record. Okay. In the first level, approver rejected a record. How system identify? For example, this is a record. For example, go to here, click on this new button, click on this new button. Okay. Multi-level and resigned equals to yes. Click on the save button. Suppose one employee came to here and click on the submit for approval button. Then it will go to the first level. Here first level is nothing but Ramesh only. Ramesh approved that record. Okay. Ramesh approved that record. Once he approved, then only I want to go to the next level. Then only the system, it should automatically redirect to the next level. So Ramesh, first level rejected. First level rejected. Then it will stop the process. Here the case is how approval process identify, how approval process identify first level approved or rejected. That is only the question. How first level, how the system identify? System is nothing but how approval process identify. So in the first level, the record is rejected. The first level record is approved. How it will identify? Means we have to define one. We have to define there is some process is there. The process is nothing but create one custom field. Okay, create one custom field. Here we understand, right? We understand, right? So this is important. Just observe this one. So this is a record. Record A submitted is request. By click on the submit for approval button, then it is going into the level 1. Okay, it is going into the level 1. Level 1 approved. Only level 1 approved, then only it should enter into level 2, right? Automatically. Automatically it should enter into level 2, right? Suppose level 1 rejected, overall status is rejected, right? How the system knows whether you approved or rejected? How system knows? How the second, I mean, my condition, whenever user enter into level 2, what is the condition? In the first level, it is approved. Then only you have to enter into level 2. Otherwise, reject. Otherwise, don't enter. So how where we will store? First level is approved or rejected. We have to store somewhere. In the first level he approved. Then only you have to enter in the second level. In the first level he rejected. Then you have to stop the process. So for that particular purpose, we will just go and create one custom field. That custom field name is nothing but anyone. I'm just putting it as a level 1, and this is a pick list field. This is a pick list field. Values are accepted, anything. Yes or no or accepted or anything. Accepted, rejected. Accepted, rejected. We are trying to creating one custom field. Go to here. Go to this particular object, employee object. Go to edit object. I am trying to creating one custom field. Go to here, fields and relationship sections. Click on this new button. Click on this new button. So first step is I am trying to creating one pick list field. Okay, pick list field name should be anything here, it doesn't matter. Here I'm just putting it as a level 1. The enter value, second radio button, either yes or no or accepted, accepted, rejected, accepted, rejected. Click on next button, click on next button, click on next. Finally try to save this one. We created one field. That field name is nothing but level 1. That is a pick list field. Values are accepted or rejected, right? Now what I will do? I will go to my approval process. I will go to my approval process. Okay, 1 second. See, this is my approval process, right? See, this is my approval process. Standard setup wizard approval process, right? So we created one action, right? See here. We created one step one we created, right? In the step one, who is the approver? Ramesh is the approver, right? In the step one, who is the approver? Ramesh is the approver, right? Here you have to observe two sections are there. Suppose Ramesh approved, then these actions it will fire. Suppose Ramesh rejected, then these actions it will fire. For example, by default, go to your show actions are there, right? Click on show actions. So two sections are there. One is approval actions and another one is rejection action. One is approval actions and another one is rejection action. What does that meaning is nothing but suppose Ramesh approved, then these actions it will fire. These actions, what are the actions are there? Email alert, field update, outbound messages are there. Suppose Ramesh rejected, then these actions it will fire. I mean these actions it will fire. Here what I will do is, suppose level 1 approver is nothing but Ramesh. If Ramesh approved, then what I will do is I will just go to here and I will add one field updates here. I am trying to creating one new action, that is nothing but field update. Click on this one. Here it is not available. Go to the classic version, switch to classic version, go to setup. You have any confusion, let me know. Okay. Go to approval process. Go to approval process. See, multi approver, it is by default inactive mode only. Go to here, multi approver 01. Okay. Here you have to observe show actions are there. Show actions. In the first level, suppose he approved, then only we have to go into the second level. So what we are doing, whenever he approved, the system it will find any actions are there under approval actions. Yes, I am trying to creating one field update. Click on this go button. So I am trying to update level 1 field. See, just now we created one field, right? That level 1 field I am trying to updating. What I am trying to updating, I am just making it as a accepted. Click on the save button. Here you have to observe. Here you have to observe under show actions, under approval, I created one field update. What is that field update? Update level 1. Update level 1 field. Suppose this user approved, then the system it will verify any actions are there. Yes, action is there. What is that action? Field update. What is this field? Level 1 field there we are trying to updating to accepted. Now coming into here, suppose this user rejected, the system it will verify any rejected actions are there. Now go to here, field update, click on this go button. Update, update, rejected. Okay, now go to here, rejected is there, level 1. Click on this go button, rejected here. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. See here. So this is the first level, right? In the first level, approver is nothing but Ramesh. Suppose first level approved, then the system it will fire this action. What is this action? We are updating one field. What is that field? Level 1. That is to approve. If we rejected, we are updating the field. That is nothing but level 1. That is nothing but rejected only. We are trying to updating to rejected. So whenever step 1 completed, then how we will find whether step 1 is approved or rejected? We have level 1 field is there right at the record level. If level 1 field is approved, then first level approved. If level 1 field is rejected, then first level rejected. Now coming into here, I will just go and add new approval step again. Go to here, click on this new approval step, click on this new approval step here. Step 2 is there. Step 2, click on next button. Any condition is there to enter into the second step. See here, yes, condition is there. Select the radio button. What is the condition? Level 1 field is there, right? Level 1 field equals approved only, accepted. Click on next. Click on, then who is the approver? I'm assigning to the queue. I'm assigning to the queue. Finally, try to save this one. No, I will do this later. Go to here, click on this go button. See, first level, step 1, where how we added. From here we added. Show action. In the first level, he approved. Yes, overall status is nothing but at the level 1 field approved. So he rejected. Overall status is nothing but rejected only. Suppose once he approved, then it will go to the second level. In the second level, to enter into the second level, what is the condition? Level 1 equals to accepted only, right? Then who is the approver? He is the approver. Suppose we want to enter into third level, again we will just go and create one more field, level 2 field. So that field again you will go to here and you have to add the actions here, add actions here, add actions here. Like that we will just go and create fields for each and every level. Now I will try to activate this one. We will try to activate this one. Once activated, then see here this button is not available. Once activated, then this button is not available to define another step. Suppose I want to activate, go to here, deactivate, then only I have to create it. Okay. And now I will just go on to test it. Go to here, employee, click on this new button, test employee, and resigned equals to yes. Try to save this one. Then the first level you will come to here, click on submit for approval button, click on submit for approval button. See, it is going into the first level who is the approver? Ramesh, right? See, now what he will do, Ramesh, he will go to here and he will approve this one. Once he approved, then what happens? See here, level 1 is accepted, right? Automatically it is going into the second level, right? See here, step 2 it is pending, level 2 it is pending, it is going into the queue. Under this queue, Under before that here you have to observe level 1 is accepted only. So once level 1 here it is approved means we are storing somewhere in the record that that is nothing but level 1 is the accepted is nothing but first level it is approved. If it is accepted then only have to enter into the second level. Now we will go to here approved only. So overall status is nothing but approved only. For example, go to here, I will create one more record, go to here, resigned equals to yes, and now click on the submit for approval button. Click on the submit for it will go to the first level. First level, what I will just go and reject this ones here. Overall status is rejected only, right? Because of level 1 is rejected, it is not enter into the second level. Okay, this is for today's session. In the next session also we will discuss again this approval process. Okay, and you have any questions, we'll go one by one.
This conference will now be recorded.